The Kenya Kwanza government is really treading on dangerous waters. It started with the abduction and murder of Albert Ojwang, followed immediately after by the brutal murder of Eli Joshua, a mere mask hawker in the streets. In fact, here he is on your screen right now. Eli literally surrendered to the cops. He didn't have any weapon. He did not resist arrest, but yet he was still shot from close range by this police officer. And as we speak, Eli is no more. Now, in this video, I want us to look into how these compounding mistakes will finish Kenya Kwanza. And with no further ado, let's get after it. Recourse number 1. These murders by Kenya Kwanza have put the entire Luo community on high alert, considering all the murders are befalling people from the lakeside. Ojwang was a Luo. Eli Joshua, who was killed yesterday, was also a Luo. And not just a Luo, all of them come from Homabay County, and to be specific, Suba constituency, where Millie Odhiambo just so happens to come from. In fact, here she is raising this pertinent issue in Parliament.
Being told is again from Homabay and from Suba. Madam Speaker, that is why we must always stand on principle. Can you imagine if I was speaking here carelessly, saying how it is nice for police to kill people? But I have said the police need to restrain themselves without knowing that this is a person from Suba. Madam Speaker, I want to repeat, it does not matter. And he was selling masks because people are demonstrating. I've actually watched that clip. It is totally reckless and irresponsible what that police officer has done. And they are doing a disservice to this government, because when you make 5 steps forward or 10 steps forward, they take you 50 back. And we need to be moving forward as a country. We can't be moving back all the time. What do I go and tell the Suba people? Honestly, I don't know if it's from Suba North or Suba South, but whichever is from Suba. It is unfortunate. And from Homabay, we are tired of mourning. We are dying of natural causes. Even yesterday, I lost my nursery school teacher at which. Today, again, we are from the police. Let us die of natural. Let us die of natural causes, not being killed.
Even Omosh 1 hour, who rarely ever makes sense, is crying foul over this issue. Roll the tape.
Sahi tumetengenezwa kifo. Kifo ni yetu. Hakuna kabila inakufa. Ni Jaluo peke yake. In 1 year, tumepeleka jeneza kama 100. Ushago Jaluo peke yake. Nani watu wakubwa. In 1 week, Molo Jaluo akakufa, akaenda Chimbili. Nakuru, Brian amepotea leo, hajaipatikana. Jaluo Chimbili. Ong'ondo Were akapigwa risasi, akakufa, akaenda Chimbili. Juzi tu Ojwang Jaluo amepigwa risasi, akaenda Chimbili. Hakuna kabila ingine, ni sisi. Hatuongei.
I'm pretty sure even Raila, from wherever he is wondering how he can explain being in government if all the time Luos are dying. This is shameful, and Kenya Kwanza must apologize to the Luos because they have lost their son, and they must also apologize to Kenyans because we have lost our brothers. It is very shameful. There is no way somebody will surrender to a police officer and he is not armed and he is not fighting back, and you just release your bullet into their brains in close proximity. That was just sheer malice and evil. And it is good that Kenyans have the image of the police officer. The name has also come out. I just don't want to use the name in case it's not the right one. I don't want to defame anybody. But sooner or later, yeye na Mukhwana na Talam na Eliud Lagat watapatana huko ndani. Kwanza, for this one, the case is wrapped. There is no order from above. There is no other people involved. He, on his own volition, decided to shoot this innocent hawker right there in the street. Huyu sasa ndo mtu anafaa apewe life in prison. Anywho, moving along, recourse number 2 of this Kenya Kwanza murders is the fact that they are going to compound. And those who have been watching this channel, I did warn about this a little while back, that if they don't resolve this issue of Eliud Lagat, it is going to compound into something else, because during the next protest, somebody will die. I did say that here, and it is happening. It's just like a dominoes effect. People came out because of Albert Ojwang. In the process, a hawker called Eli Joshua has been killed. They will come out because of Eli Joshua, and that is going to run the full course up until the finance bill. So hii maandamano yote itashikanishwa, and it is only gaining momentum. Dominoes do not lose momentum, they gain until the final chip falls. Can you just imagine? One event leads to the other, siku moja usikie serikali imepinduliwa. And I have been advising that the easiest way to deal with this issue is to give the public what they want. The public wants to hear that Eliud Lagat has been fired, not that he may step aside. He should be fired, and if possible, they want to see a picture of him mbele ya standard akiwa na pingu. That alone would have kept people at home waseme yes, we are headed somewhere. Kama kuna maandamano ingine, maybe they'll wait for the judiciary to trigger it if they don't deal with the perpetrators. But they ignored it. I even saw Murkomen saying that Lagat is a seasoned officer and so on and so forth. So you kept the people out there long enough for somebody else to die, for these people to get more reason to stay out there long enough for someone else to die. Na endelee hivyo paka ishikanishwe na finance bill which now garners the attention of the whole country. Hii sasa ina affect kila mtu. Unajua maandamano ni ya Nairobi, but when it reaches ile ya finance bill, that bill is affecting everybody. Sha inalipwa all across. So you failed to snuff it out early enough. Even now you can do the right thing. Huyu mwenye alipiga mtu risasi ashikwe, akuwe arraigned in court. Failure to which utaona kesho maandamano na I mean, can't you guys just read history and see what's happening here and act in good time? Now, as I come to the conclusion of this video, let me just take this moment to highlight one MP who probably regrets his wordings yesterday. Yesterday, Kaluma was busy on the National Assembly talking about how if Kenyans play with police, police will deal with them, only to later on learn that the dead Kenyan who was shot is from his home county of Homabay. Here's what Kaluma had to say.
You abuse our police officers, you will go to jail, but you pass through hospital. You spit on our police officers, you will go to jail, but you will pass through hospital because our dogs, our beautiful dogs, will bite you. You touch the body of our police officers. He said, your relatives will be called to pick the remains. Your remains.
Sasa imagine useme hiyo yote alafu baadaye unapata ni mtu wenu. This is exactly why kwa kijiji yenu ukisikia mwizi anachomwa, it is good to rush there to see if it is your neighbor, your friend or even your brother. Si kusema wacha achomwe, because what if it is your sibling? That is food for thought for our MP Kaluma. Now at the end of the day, everybody wants that killer cop to face justice. Not next week, tafadhali Kenya Kwanza. Do it today. If you can go find Albert Ojwang huko Homabay huko ndani akikula lunch na bibi yake, mahali hata hakuna network. You want to tell me you cannot find somebody who is under some form of command structure? Picha yake iko nje, his base commander anamjua, yet there is no form of recourse? Get serious. Now with that, if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. If you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.